bringing you Game 7 of the 1993 season between the Daniel Hand Tigers and the Notre Dame of Fairfield team. Notre Dame of Fairfield comes into this game with a record of 1-5, although they played some rather strong teams, and Hand is 6-0. Frank, this might be a game that coaches kind of hate. How do you get up for a 1-5 team when you know you got tough ones following that?
That's true, and this is a dangerous 1-5 team. They played both Stratford and Foran to a 0-0 first half, so they've got some things they can do in there.
And Tom Hopkins kicks off, and it's a good one. It rolls inside the 20 and is not returned. So Notre Dame of Fairfield will start with first possession of this game at about the 17.
That was not a real glorious start from out there on that kick. It was, again, Tommy Hopkins' patented squib kick out there. They did not get the handle on it, though, so now they downed it, of course, about the 18-yard line, Ken.
And we've had some kids hurt for the last couple of games. Andy Drennan and Tom Malik and Eric and Chris Frey are both out of this game, and also Craig DeLeon. So Hand is a little bit short-handed on manpower tonight. Hand up the middle and gain a couple of yards, and that's it. Tackled by
Anderson got him right off the bat as he
Mike Anderson and Rob Mason make the tackle
right.
On the line.
76.
Yeah, this what we're going to be seeing is some runs right off the bat to try to see if they can establish something inside. Then they'll go out. However, we've got an awful strong wind today. I don't know if we haven't had a chance to talk about the conditions. It is very cold, but the wind is coming right across the field on us, Ken.
So Notre Dame with 2nd and 8 at about the 19. Quarterback looking to throw, rolling right. Now he throws, complete pass, and near first down, tackled on the far sideline by Ryan Doris. Came out from safety position.
Okay, Hand actually was faked very, very much as far as that goes. It looked like it was going to be a line plunge, and it was faked. Quarterback pulled back. He had his wide out going, and nice completion.
Notre Dame takes it up to the 25, just across the 25, and need a long one for a first down. 3rd and 1. Notre Dame I formation, a man split wide to the left and motion left. And quarterback keeps, and looks like he should have the first down.
Yeah, he got plenty on that, did a nice job. They actually almost had a false start on Hand. You saw the boys start to lunge. They didn't get into the encroachment area. But then they had to reload, and the hike came right at the reload point, and able to get a couple yards on that.
It was a long count by the quarterback, and a couple of the Hand linemen were eager to get across the line of scrimmage.
And it was right where they wanted it, too. It was right. It was the 2 inside men, and gave them a little split second or a little bit of time to do what they needed to do.
We're early in this game, 10.5 minutes left, first quarter, no score. First possession is Notre Dame of Fairfield. Pitch to the left this time, and Mac Dolan plays off a block and makes the tackle. Nicely done
by Mac out there. Yeah, you're right, he played off the block that was coming at him and kept his eye on the ball carrier. And that showed a lot of maturity right there. Come a long ways.
Frank will apologize for maybe the sound tonight because we do have a strong wind that sometimes interferes with our microphones, and we also have 2 bands right in front of us. The Brown Middle School band is joining the high school band, so it's a major league band, right, taking up about half of the stands in front of us. 2nd and 8 for Notre Dame, and throw off to the left, overthrown, incomplete.
Surely there was a mix-up on that, whoever called that play, because the receiver came down and started to turn in. The pass came wide, long, and so obviously they got the wrong number sequence on that.
The receiver was looking for, or the quarterback was looking for an out pattern by the receiver. Instead, he went in, so that will bring up 3rd and 8. Notre Dame has tried a couple of passes already, and this is usually a passing situation. Quarterback rolling right, looking to throw. He's being pressured, and it's a complete pass and a good gain. Hamill is trying to run the man down, and he breaks the tackle and going to go all the way to the end zone. So There's a revolving start, Frank. No flags. That score will count.
It surely will. It is an excellent play from Notre Dame Lancers. But and surely missed that all the way up and down. A lot of broken tackles, a lot of missed tackles. Good effort by Notre Dame. I think that's the first time Hand has been scored on for the first time, I think.
That might be.
First blood was taken by the opposition anyway.
A long play there. That one went about, not sure, Frank.
55? 60?
Close to 60 yards. And the conversion try is up.
No good.
No good.
A little bit wide.
Notre Dame of Fairfield leads Hand 6-0 with 9:24 left first quarter.
Well, I think that'll be a wake-up call, as a matter of fact. Excellent play. The Hand, again, even though it was a passing play, the rollout was away from Hevesy. We made a lot of comments last time of how, Hevesy was doing such a great job, and somebody scouting Hand is going to pick up on that. Matt Soper almost got to the quarterback. He actually got to him, but it was just after he released it. The problem was really on the coverage of the receiver, I would say, at that time. So, boys are going to have to tighten up on that because they'll surely come back to that play again.
So Daniel Hand starts from behind in this number 7 game of the year.
Well, that's going to make everybody perk up.
Notre Dame can try anything they want, Frank. With a 1-5 record, they've got nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
And going after an unbeaten team, they could pull all kinds of trick plays and squib kicks or whatever they wish.
And they've done that to Hand before. Historically, they are ones that will come up, I don't want to say a Fumblerooski, but they will come up with reverses and statue of liberties and things like that.
Hamill and Lawler back to receive the kick. It's going to bounce and go to Hamill, picked up at about the 18, and a return up the middle. He breaks a tackle. Pretty good return across the 30.
Well, he got actually 10 yards on that run because of a block that Peter Lawler threw out there. So Peter really did a nice job to give Eric what he needed.
So Hand is going to touch the ball for the first time, and they're behind by 6 points.
Well, the band cranks up.
Mark Gumkowski at quarterback. Lawler motion left. Handed off to Hamill. Hamill breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Got a first down, about 15-yard gain.
He sure did. Somebody, the guy who was able to just barely grab a hold of Eric's shirt and kind of windmilled him down. But that gave him another 5 yards on the windmill. By the way, we're going to be counting tonight, and they're trying to follow Eric. Eric is on the verge of, he's about 160 yards to get 1,000 on the season, which is a big effort and quite a landmark. So we're watching that tonight. That gave him about 15.
Mike Burrell at fullback gets the ball, and he is met for about a yard gain, and that's it.
Yeah, that one fooled absolutely nobody. He tried the usual dive play of Hands right across the guard position, but Notre Dame, we mentioned earlier, they do have a defense that can come in strong on you, and they were ready for it.
Dan Larragay brings in a play and stays in at fullback. Hamill a tailback. Duggan split wide right, and pitch this time to Hamill, and Hamill running hard. He gains maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, he did, and the pitch out, Mark's pitch out was really a little bit high. Eric had to kind of really stop his momentum and reach up and grab that before he could dig in again. And he did. He actually burst his speed. He knew he had a hole closing awful fast, and what he got with that burst of speed.
And needs 5 yards for a first down, 3rd down play. Gumkowski rolling left, and he's got room to get the first down almost. And the last lunge may darn near have it.
I should think so. I think
he was stopped a couple of yards short of it.
He was, and again, it looked like he had it as you were calling it, playing it as it went. It looked like he was going to have it, but Notre Dame closed it quickly. So they did, and has the first down. Second effort by Gumkowski.
Mark Gumkowski rolls out and picks up the first down to about the 42. This is Hand's first possession. Notre Dame scored on a long one to take the lead 6-0, and Burrell does not get much. That closed fast in the middle.
And that did again, and They were waiting for that. It's almost as if they're expecting so far that one play will be Hamill and one play will be Burrell or something like that, and they're kind of keying that way. Maybe they actually have linebackers keying on individuals.
They gave Burrell about a yard gain. Dan Larragh in at fullback. Dumkowski looking to throw. Now he's going to throw it to the right side, complete pass.
Beautiful job, beautiful job.
To Guinapero.
Yes, sir. That was a real first-class play by Danny out there. The pass was coming to him. He's awful close to the sidelines. He made sure he stabbed both feet down. Did you notice that?
He got just enough for the first down.
Stabbed them both down to make sure he stayed in bounds for long enough. Nice job.
So Hand here got three receivers, trips to the left. And man didn't get off the field. Burrell got a hold, bounced off a tackle. And he's got about 10-yard gain.
Yeah, nice play, really. You saw Notre Dame bite on that one with the trip receivers out to the left, as you called it, Ken. Sent everybody over there wide. Left it fairly vacant across center, and that's what Burrell had.
And is moving the sticks. Another first down, a 10-yard run by Burrell. Here comes Hand out and three receivers to the left again.
You notice one of them's Hamill out there.
The only man behind the quarterback is Burrell. And Burrell's going to get the ball, going to the right, and he's got a hold. Breaking tackles, down to 5.
What a job, the masher. We'll have to, the monster mash Mike Burrell, we'll have to call him tonight out there, being a Halloween weekend. Boy, did he grab it, kept those legs pumping, kept the upper body moving.
Notre Dame takes a timeout as Mike Burrell takes it to the 5-yard line. First and goal for Hand. First down for Hand after Notre Dame's timeout. Ball is inside the 5. Power I this time with Peter Lawler in a blocking position, and Hamill follows that block to about the 1.
Oh, let me tell you, you could see those guys dole those blocks in there real well. However, Notre Dame is hanging tough. They really are. Man down on the field.
We have a break in the action for an injury timeout to a Notre Dame player. The ball's on the 1-yard line. Second and goal. A player hurt on that last play, but he did walk off on his own power, and Hand comes out in a power I strong to the right again with Lawler and Burrell up front. Burrell gets the ball, and he's near the goal line. He's got it. Mike Burrell punches it in from 1 yard out to tie this game at 5:13 left in the first quarter.
That reminded me of a mole. There was nothing but black shirts and back ends sticking up there, and he just kept burning away until he got that yard. I think you could smell the pay dirt. Nice job, Mikey.
So Hand takes it down the field on their first possession. The conversion try will give Hand a lead. Jim Willison to try the kick. Down and up and good. And Hand takes the lead, 7-6.
Well, the Notre Dame lead lasted for about 4 minutes there. And Hand being ahead, now maybe we can see again if that was a fluke touchdown or whether they're going to have some offense for Notre Dame. Okay?
Frank, after the long touchdown play by Notre Dame early in this game, Hand came right down, marched down the field to answer, and is taking the lead, 7-6. Tom Hopkins to hit another low line drive. He's got that down. It's picked up this time at about the 15. Run back up the middle. Pretty good return. Mike Burrell makes the initial contact and helped out by half of the Hand team.
Yeah, you bet. Peter Lawler in there as usual.
Lawler is usually in there, and so is Ryan Torres.
You bet they come in on that, and they really zero in on them, both young men. Good job.
The return is up to the 34. Notre Dame's second possession of this game. Let's pick up a few of the linemen here for Hand if we can. Tim Hevesy is a defensive end on the near side. Matt Soper on the far side. There's a delay to the second man through the tailback, and he was met right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't see who did that, Frank, but the linebacker came up there and filled real quickly.
Well, it was really Mike Anderson that came up from behind, yeah. However, I gotta say, I don't think he got a good rap on him. He did stop and didn't get a good rap because what yardage was gained was a little bit after the initial contact. So Mike's got to wrap him a little bit more, I guess.
The two down linemen in the middle of the line are Rob Mason and Mike Salmani. The inside linebackers are Mike Anderson and I believe it's Dan Larragee.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
And misdirection this time, run to the near side. Anderson makes the tackle.
Again, he's loving it, I can tell. Mr. Mike Anderson down there loving it every time he gets a chance to contact like that. Usually, of course, he's one of the down linemen, but he's filling in for oh, shoot.
Linebacking.
Yeah, one of the injured guys. I'm sorry about that. Drennan, I'm sorry.
Andy Drennan out.
Tom Malik.
Also Tom Malik, who usually plays the inside linebacker position.
Sorry about that, guys. Just had a lapse of memory.
Third down and about 6 for Notre Dame.
Should see a pass.
And a pass play rolls to the far side, and he's going to throw it. And it's an overthrown, incomplete pass, and Ryan Torres was right there on the coverage.
Put a good taste on him, as the ball got there. He really did a nice nail on him. That receiver will hear some footsteps next time, I think. But you were able to see some pretty good blocking. The passer got out there. He had the time to work. So
first punt of the evening by Notre Dame. The ball is at the 39, 4th and 6. Hamill and Lawler back to receive, and a floater, end-over-end kick to Lawler, and he drops it, and Lawler falls on it at the 31.
Yeah, that's a nice move from Pete. He could have, if he didn't fall on that ball, he might have ended up dribbling that thing and losing it altogether.
So Hand's second possession will start at about the 31. We have 3 minutes left, first quarter. Hand is leading 7-6. Burrell and Hamill in the backfield. Hamill gets the ball. And Hamill is going to get about 6 or 7.
Rodriguez.
That's about his average for the year, between 6 and 7 yards.
Yeah, it really is. He had been averaging about 6.8 last week. He didn't quite get up to that, but it's still in the 6 range. And so his total keeps on mounting right now.
They give him about a little over 6 yards on that carry. 2 receivers to the near side of the field for Hand. Hamill again, and Hamill takes it for a first down. He needed a long 3, and he gained close to 5.
You know, that was an interesting play because they don't run that one very often, and it did fool the defense slightly as well. Normally, I would have been expecting to see again Burrell do a dive, and they actually had Burrell go through on a fake, and Hamill came in on the dive.
First down for Hand at the 44. Pitch this time to the right side with Burrell behind a block by Mason, and a flag is thrown. That's the first flag of this game.
Yeah, it is.
That may be an illegal block where it was thrown.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hold against Hand. That one will come back.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit too bad. I saw that take place down there, and I know it'll be pointed out to the perpetrator at the film session on Monday. But, hey, he was just trying to open. He saw that he actually, the perpetrator, maybe Rob Mason, he came flying out here to take his block on, but the man actually beat him a little bit faster, and he wanted to protect Eric, so he just did the next best thing. Hoping he wouldn't get seen, and sorry about that, Rob. You're a little bit too big not to be seen.
We will repeat first down, but now it's 1st and 25. Duggan and Torres are split to each side of the field, and Hamill breaks the line of scrimmage. Still going.
He's going to go all the way.
An opening.
He's got a block on Torres.
Wide open.
Torres
in the end zone.
Torres gets the
Torres cleans out on the last man. And that play was run from
30. What's the 30?
About the 30. That would be about a 70-yard run. Yes.
How about that one?
So Hand with their second touchdown, and Eric Hamill At this rate, he's going to have that 1,000 yards in the first half here.
He sure is. He's gone over 100 already on the game in the first quarter with that 70-yard kicker, if you will.
Jim Willis in to try the conversion. Tim Hevesy puts it back. Mark Gumkowski puts it down. Jim Willis puts it through.
Interesting on that.
14 to 6.
Yeah, interesting on that kick. Ken, do you notice the kind of distance he had on that? Yeah. Straight and true as the guy went well through. Good sign. Well, I guess that penalty was nothing but a blip, was it, huh? Exonerates Rob Mason.
Tom Hopkins to kick off back to Notre Dame of Fairfield after Hand's second score. We have 1:14 left in the first quarter, and Frank, unofficially, we have Eric Hamill with over 100 yards already in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's nice effort.
Picked up at about the 22, and a good return right up the middle. And Lawler and Brill are there to shut it down.
Peter Lawless will have to call him. They can't get him down if they had the FBI out there, I don't think.
So the co-captains for Hand, Lawler and Brill, make the tackle, but a good return up to the 41.
First and 10 on the 41.
Okay, let's see what these defensive people can do out there again. You know, I'd like to know if Mac Dolan's going to have a dirty uniform tonight.
It's hard to get a black uniform dirty.
Oops.
Notre Dame to the right, and Rob Mason tackles the man in the backfield.
He also almost had a false start on that, Kent. He must have known something nobody else knew.
Rob Mason almost encroached the line of scrimmage, but there's no flag, and he did get in and stop that play just behind the line of scrimmage.
That was a quick move he made, too. Even though he, again, recoiled and had to reload himself, he really dashed through that opening fast. Nice move.
The corners for Hand are Mac Dolan, number 40, and number 7, Tom Hopkins. The safeties are Ryan Dorez, Peter Lawler, Bob Duggan.
That is the end of the first quarter.
And the first quarter runs out before that play gets started, with Hand leading 14 to 6 after one period. Quarter number 2 begins with Notre Dame of Fairfield just across the 40. And a pitch left, and it's bobbled in the backfield, picked up on a nice bounce, and gained about 2 yards.
Boy, that was about as fortunate a bounce as you're ever going to get, I think, in that condition. Whoa.
That's living dangerously. That pitch was high, and the ball carrier knocked it to the ground, and it came right back up to him.
Fortunately, it
didn't break stride.
Right, went straight down. If that had hit on a point and started bouncing backwards, it might have made it to the goal line itself.
Gain of a couple yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. The ball is now at the 44.
Dorez the stalker out here.
Quarterback looking to throw, throwing to the right side, and it's incomplete pass. Tom Hopkins right behind the receiver. Don't believe it would have had a first down if he'd have caught that one, Frank.
You know, that's really not a real good margin play on that, because you're going parallel with the line of scrimmage, and it's hard to judge it from the quarterback. You really have to try to be going upfield. Well, I don't think I know. You try to get upfield.
The receiver got his hand on that ball, and he was only about a yard across the line of scrimmage when he touched it. Punt formation for Notre Dame, and a bad snap, fielded on a bounce, and a good kick. Kick to Hamill. Hamill swings
set up over there.
He's got a wall over there, but he can't get to it. He can't get to the wall. He fights forward for about the 28. You're right, Frank. That could have gone a long ways had he been able to get to that wall of blockers on the far side of the field.
It was absolutely patently set up, and all he needed was maybe about 4 or 5 more quick strides, and it would have been all set. Or he would have been all set.
Daniel Hand with the ball back at the 29. We have about 10 and a half minutes left before the half, and Hand is leading 14 to 6 against Notre Dame of Fairfield. And off to tailback Hamill, and Hamill gets a good gain. There's his 7 yards again, 7 or 8.
Nothing special, just good execution.
and 2. Duggan and Lawler are both to the near side of the field, and handed off to Brill, and Brill gets about 6 yards. First down for Hand across the 40.
I mentioned that Chad Davis was in.
The offensive line for Hand, or Tim Hevesy over the ball. At right guard is Mike Anderson. At left guard is Dan Carroll. And here's a flag on this play.
Eric Campbell is brought down by Greg.
Eric Hamill is near first down, but a flag is thrown.
Yeah, that came in with authority too. I didn't see the perpetrator on that one, but it is holding against Hand.
The Tigers.
This could be a long march.
We're going to repeat first down, 1st and 20. The last time we had this situation, Hamill broke it for about 70, Frank.
He certainly did.
Let's run that play again. Ryan Doraz in motion. Gumkowski looking to throw. Now he brings it down, and he isn't going to get much. It's going to be about a yard loss.
I don't really know where they were going to try to go with that play, but it certainly didn't go anywhere. Ryan Doraz was in motion. Heading out. Looked like they meant to try to get a pass off, but nobody was open.
Second down and about 22 for Hand. Ball at the 29. Split backfield, and Gumkowski pitches to Hamill. Hamill's got an opening on the near sideline, and down the sideline he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 45. That should be a first down.
You bet, you bet. The mark the ref put down is a first down. What a block, Chad Davis.
Yeah, about a 23-yard gain on that one.
Boy, Chad Davis put a licking on the man he was to take out, which really was the one that sprung Eric on that run, but wow.
So Eric Hamill with another 23 yards. Winaparo and Lawler split to the right, and Barilla delay. He met at the line of scrimmage, getting about a yard.
Boy, oh boy, that number 88 for Notre Dame is the man who brought him down. His name is Dominguez, and he's a two-way, all-way player, and apparently one of their stalwarts on defense. And he brought Mike down with real authority himself that time, and it was hard to bring Mike down, so Dominguez has got to be a pretty good player. That speaks for him.
He's an inside linebacker for Notre Dame. Second and about 9. Gumkowski looking to throw, and he throws across the middle. Incomplete pass, aimed for Duggan. A little overthrown, and Duggan was closely covered.
Sure was good coverage. Also, there was a little bit too much beef on that pass, maybe, but I don't know. He was covered, and he probably felt he had to zip it in there.
Pass was broken up by Kevin Peckett. 3rd down.
3rd and 9 for Hand. 2 receivers to the far side of the field, and Gumkowski is looking that way. And it's thrown across the field, knocked down, aimed for Duggan. Defensive man got a hand on that pass.
Yeah, he did. I think he was looking Duggan all the way on that, although Lawler was wide open down deep. So it's 4th and certainly is a punt situation.
4th and 9, and Dan Glenn comes in to punt for the first time tonight. Notre Dame drops one man back to about the 15. And they're trying to block it, and he barely gets it out of there, but a pretty good kick and a tough rush on the punter. That's going to roll dead near the 10.
Well, know, this position is one of those that defensemen like to see too. Pushing the offense way back as a starting position in their own zone. Defenders like to see if they can try to push them right into the end zone on this. It might be kind of interesting to see how they react.
Glenn had to take a step to his left to field the snap and barely got it off. They had a strong rush on him.
Yeah, that could have been one of those changing game situation if they had blocked that.
Notre Dame of Fairfield coming into this game with a 1-5 record, but they've been beaten by some very good teams. Quarterback handed off up the middle, and that is closed quickly. That I think is that's Hevesy. Tim Hevesy.
And he came around from his defensive end position and nailed him.
About a yard gain. We have a timeout. I didn't see who took it. Frank, did you?
I think Han took it.
Okay, we have a break in the action with a timeout for Han. 2nd and 9 for Notre Dame at the 11. It's an option play. Quarterback's going to keep, and he's not going to get anything. He is completely surrounded. Salmani comes in. Mac Dolan came up to meet the ball carrier. Lost a yard. 3rd and 10.
Normally you're doing a pass play, but you're deep in your own territory. You may not be tempted to do it.
Dan Larragee and Mike Anderson are the two inside linebackers. 3rd and 10. And quarterback looking for a quick slant in, and that ball is almost picked off.
Yeah.
Larragee was right there. Hopkins was right there.
It's funny, I was thinking that was a perfect time for a tight end play, and that's what they did. They went to the tight end, number 88, who we mentioned earlier, and didn't come off. Didn't quite get out there far enough, and hand closed on it, too.
And should have good position when they get this ball back. Lawler and Hamill are back, and the center is over the punter's head, but he gets it off high and short. It's a knuckleball, and is fielded at about the 33. And that was almost disaster in the end zone. The punter knocked it in the air and fielded it and did get the punt off.
Yeah, and if the punter actually hadn't fielded that and it went over his head and out of the end zone, it would have been safety.
And with good position at the 33, we have 5.5 minutes left before halftime. Hand is ahead 14-6, looking for more. Pitch to Hamill, and Hamill, a good haul on the sideline, makes a spin, gets away from a man, clear to the 15. He took up from the 33 to the 15, so about an 18-yard gain. And a holding call on that. That one's coming back, nullifying an excellent run by Eric Hamill.
Well, this so far has been a little bit uncharacteristic of me. The 3 holes we've seen have pulled back significant run plays, and like I said, we have not seen that kind of penalty out of hand this year so far, so a little uncharacteristic.
We repeat, 1st down, 1st and 20. Guinapero and Lawler split to the right. Domkowski's going to pitch to Hamill, and Hamill's coming to the near sideline, and gain of about 5 or 6 with not much hole.
5 or 6. Yeah, you're coming to the short side on that particular play, and just not able to kick the blocks out and give you some room. It closed up awful quickly, it seemed to me. No place to run.
Chad Davis was blocking out in front of that run. Second down and now 16. Domkowski looking to throw, and is thrown across the right side. Incomplete pass. Dan Guinapero fell down.
And pass was behind him also. Wouldn't have had a chance really of catching that. Looks like Mark appears to be a little bit off on his throwing right now.
Third and long coming up for hand, but they're at about the 38.
All ways to go, Ken.
Notre Dame is expecting a run. They got about 8 men up close. And complete pass to Hopkins. Hopkins is down to about the 21. That should give him a first down.
That should compute just right, I think. Nice pass. Tommy was wide open.
He needed to get to about the 22, and he got to the 21. So first down for hand. Complete pass, Mark Domkowski to Tom Hopkins.
Mark had 3 receivers over on his side, and he chose the right one, right in the middle, and that's really the way that play is designed. Come over with the 3, Tommy coming from the far side, and he was open right down the seam.
So they made up for that holding penalty. Got a first down. There goes Hamill through a little crease to the 15.
Derek Campbell brought down
Another
by
5 or 6 on
Dominguez, Capola.
Give him about 6 yards.
He had a neat hole. You could watch that hole open up.
On the 15-yard
going to the left side, hand normally takes it to the right. You've seen a lot of work happening over here on this left side.
Hand takes their second time out before they get the next play off. Second down for Hand and about 4. And the ball is at the 14. Handed off to Burrell, and Burrell up the middle to the inside the 10. That should be another first down.
Nicely done. Again, the patented dive play on the left side again of the center position. Well executed by Hand. The blocks came off beautifully, opened that hole, and Mike hit him hard and fast.
They needed 4, and Mike Burrell got 5. First and goal just inside the 10.
Mike the Masher.
A little confusion on the alignment here. Tight formation. And a pitch to Burrell on the right side, and Burrell slips and falls. Not much gain.
Brought down by Kudikas.
Well, if he had even stayed on his feet, he didn't have much going for him that time out there. I don't think he could have made much more than that half a yard or 6 inches, whatever it happened to be.
That'll be second and goal. No gain on the last play. We're inside of 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And off to Burrell, and there's a big hole, and he's heading for the end zone. Touchdown Hand. Mike Burrell carries the last tackler into the end zone with him.
Yeah, matter of fact, he had 2 tacklers on him, Ken. I think when he gets that much steam going, it's going to take a lot to bring him down. You certainly can't tackle him high, and that's what both the tacklers try to do. They get on him. He's going to carry him into the end zone.
With 2:36 left before the half, Mike Burrell extends Hand's lead to 20-6. Jim Willis to try the conversion. Good snap, good placement, and the ball is low. Partially blocked, no good. So the score remains 20-6.
Is no good, and that
Looked
makes
a little
the
bit like
score.
there was trouble on setting that up. Looked like Mark and Koski had a little trouble on the hike and wasn't able to get a good placement on it.
So Jim Willis, who had hit, I counted up, he has made 22 out of 24 coming into this game for the year. Very good percentage, sophomore kicker. Tom Hopkins set to kick off, back to Notre Dame. And there's the ground ball over the man's head and bounces down to the 24. Picked up and run up the middle.
Barney, the ball carrier, returns the ball to his own 36, where he's brought down.
Mike Anderson and Pete Lawler in on the tackle.
You know, they almost don't even need to call those numbers anymore. When it's coming down and getting somebody down on the ground, you take Mike Anderson and Pete Lawler and play those numbers, and you're going to come up with a pretty... Oh, I shouldn't talk about playing numbers to Daniel Hand, should I?
Ball at the 36, and we have 2 minutes left before the half. Looking for a quick pass on the far sideline. Complete pass. Good play by Notre Dame. Gain about 15.
That was indeed a nice pass, nice touch.
Larragee on the
The
stop.
receiver took it, he had a little trouble with it, and started to have a little bit of room there, but Dan Larragee came up from his linebacker position to close it down.
On the hand, 49.
First down in a long time, though, for the Lancers out there.
Just across midfield. And the clock is running. We're down to 1:40 before the half. Quarterback rolling, looking to throw, and he's being pursued by Soper. And it's incomplete. Coverage right there by Ryan Dora with the receiver.
Incomplete.
Matt Soper was certainly pressuring the
Ryan
quarterback
on the coverage.
very, very hard. He was closing it up, and quarterback knew he was both running out of time and running out of green space between the lines that time.
It's a little harder to be accurate when you're on the dead run, when you have to unload.
Yeah, it certainly is.
2nd and 10.
Han faithful are wondering if Han will get another chance this period.
Quarterback looking to throw to the right side, and it's complete right across the middle, and here comes a flag in, and the ball is knocked loose.
Miners pass complete to
Flag is thrown as the ball was carried forward. Let's see what we have here.
Actually, the flag, before the play was completed, that flag came in, and normally would be in a holding position where that flag came from. But
Notre Dame is marching backwards. It is a hold. No, against Han.
Holding against the Tigers. Penalty declined.
I thought they were going to signal it the other way.
yeah, it could have been defensive holding too in that
On the hand,
that particular
37.
play, but that again went to Dominguez, number 88, the tight end, coming across. Nice play. Good hands on that, too.
Notre Dame-Fairfield declines that penalty because they made a first down. We're inside of a minute left in the first half, and Notre Dame is moving the ball a bit. Quarterback looking to throw on the far sideline and throws it complete. The man slipped, got up, caught it on his knees. A good play.
Let me tell you, that pass was one accurate pass, too, because he did, like you say, Ken, he slipped, fell down, and the pass was still there, right on target.
So first down for Notre Dame, down to the 20 with a half a minute left in the first half. The clock is running. They don't seem to be in much hurry.
Well, they're certainly threatening. If I was them, I'd be in a little bit more of a hurry-up situation.
First down on the 20. Pitch to the right, and a run to the right, and a gain down to about the 16.
Very authoritative.
Notre Dame will stop the clock with 16 seconds left before the half.
And Matt Soper from his defensive end position did a nice tackle on that. Grabbed him right about thigh high and slid down to the ankles and catapulted the runner right into the ground.
Is that their first time in?
No, I think they have one early.
They did take one. Notre Dame has a second and almost 6 yards to go for a first down. They're at about the 16, and there's only 16 seconds left on the clock before the half. Looking to throw, and that one's going to be well overthrown. Actually, it wasn't overthrown as far as I thought it was going to be. The receiver did get a hand on it. Incomplete pass at the end of the end zone.
Yeah, that was quite well executed. Now, the one thing with that play, though, it took a long time to transform itself from height to completion. So they lost about 5 or 6 seconds, I guess.
We're down to 9 seconds left on the clock. Third down play. Quarterback looking to throw again, looking for the end zone, and Han should have that one covered. And Eric Hamill was the closest man to it. A flag is thrown in late. I hope that isn't against Hamill because the receiver ran up his back.
Yeah, it definitely would be offensive pass interference on that. Not just going to make a lot of difference with 3 seconds.
3 seconds, one more play. It's against Notre Dame-Fairfield. The receiver was well covered. Hamill had the angle on him, and the receiver ran over Eric Hamill.
I would have, Watching that well back to get it out of even field goal range, I would think.
They'll push it back far enough.
Against Notre Dame was a call, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
4th down, but there's only 3 seconds left, so this will be the last play of the half. Quarterback looking to throw, and looking to throw on the right side, incomplete pass. So the first half runs out on that pass play, incomplete. Daniel Hand is leading 20-6, and Frank, by our unofficial count, Eric Hamill has about 150, 147, 150, something like that. We are getting set for the second half kickoff. Notre Dame of Fairfield will kick off back to Hand to start the second half, with Hand leading 20-6. Kickoff is aimed toward Lawler. It's dropped at picked up at about the 16, and Lawler is going to get to the 22, and that's it. A little bit of a mix-up on who was going to field that one, but they did it safely at least.
Well, but it took 6 of the white shirts to take Peter down. There's only 11 on the field, so that's not very good odds to try to get any distance out there, is it?
They're going to spot it just across the 20.
Okay, the Hammer watch is on.
Dan Carroll has gone all the way on the left side of the line. Gumkowski on a keeper right up the middle.
Well, that's a different play. We normally certainly don't see a keeper at this stage of the game or this stage of the half even.
Gumkowski gained about 4.
Larragee's in. Mike the Masher is out.
Tom Hopkins split to the left side, and Hamill goes forward and dragging ball carriers with him. He goes from near the 25 to the 35. That should be just about what he needs for his 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah, before we say
within a yard or so, one way or the other.
Being conservative, wait for one more play, but that should very well be it, the first play. His first carry, let's say, of the second half could very well be the 1,000-yard mark.
So a first down for Hand, and Burrell carries, and a good gain, heading for the near sideline, thrown out of bounds. put another first down and about a 12, 13-yard gain, about 12 yards.
You saw Mike the Masher turn into Mike the Speedster that time. As soon as he mashed his way across the line, he had a lot of open space he was able to take advantage of. Really saw some nice acceleration out of him.
Frank, you were looking up about 1,000-yard rushers that Hand has had. They have a chance to have 2 this year with Hamill right at it and Burrell within reach also.
Yeah, we'll address that after this play.
There goes Burrell for about 2 this time.
Yeah, that's a very good point to make right now. And out of the Daniel Hand program here that you can get from the Boosters Club, statistics show that in the 22 years Hands have had football out here, there have been 7,000-yard rushes. So that shows you what a feat this can be. Eric right at that mark, and hopefully Mike Burrell getting there at some point. Don't want to jinx him, but he's closing on it as well.
2nd and 8. And Hamill carries it forward for about 4, and that ought to give him sufficient yardage to get that 1,000.
That certainly should, and show you what kind of a feat. Again, 7 out of 22 years, but he's got some awful good company up there. Of those 7 players, 2 of them actually played in the pros. One is Dr. Steve Curtin, who went to Brown and then out to Oakland Raiders and played for the Oakland Raiders.
3rd and just short 5, and Hamill is near the near sideline. A spin move across to the 38. He's got a first down.
What a spin move you saw there. Like I say, Steve Curtin played for the Oakland Raiders, and he amassed the amount of money that he got to go back into med school. Then, of course, we had Jimmy Bell from BC. Jimmy Bell ended up playing, he was drafted actually by the 49ers, and his injured legs didn't allow him to really play too much for them, but then he did go into the World Football League. He played a lot for the Barcelona team and the Birmingham team. So some awful good company up in those 7 runners, and as we're saying now, they'll be adding an 8th number to that.
Hamill is already there, and Burrell needs another game probably to get there. Hand is about 6 inches short.
We're going to have our 50-50 raffle. Get your tickets out. We're going to have 2 $100 prizes.
4th down and a short 1 at the 39.
Number 215125.
No sign of a punter here, Frank.
No sign at all. It should be ram and scram. Probably a keeper, maybe? Let's see. Or is the Masher in there? No, we don't have Masher.
And Larrigay is in at fullback. Eric Hamill at tailback. Mark Gumkowski all the way at quarterback. 4th and inches for Hand. Gumkowski hands it off to Hamill, and he's hit for a loss.
Oh!
He's going to be stopped short, I believe.
It depends on the spot.
Defensive tackle.
The spot might make it need another measure anyway.
No, that's going to end up short. Defensive man, linebacker came through and met Eric Hamill behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Dominguez again, the man we talked about earlier, number 88.
He plays an inside linebacker position, made a fine play on that one.
He was a super athlete.
Notre Dame gets the ball back at the 39. We're just inside 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Hand's lead is 20-6. Quarterback looking to throw. A flag is thrown in Notre Dame's backfield. Eric Hamill knocks it down.
Yeah, Eric came close. It looks like there's going to be a holding call back here against Notre Dame.
There are actually 2 flags on the field, Frank. One is at about the 30 and the other is on the first side of the field up at the 40. Is that 2 separate infractions?
I would almost say it is, but possibly not. The holding would have been right around the 40, so could have been seen by both the line and the back judge.
The referee is talking to co-captain Peter Lawler of Hand. And a 5-yard penalty is assessed against Notre Dame. First down repeated, 1st and 15 now. Salmani and Mason in the middle of the line. Soper and Hevis, the defensive ends, run to the right side and tackled by Hopkins.
Yes, sir. Solo tackle. Nice job, Tommy, on that.
About a 2-yard gain. Tom Hopkins protecting the corner, close it down.
Yeah, played off the block coming out from the tackle over on this side and did a nice job. Grabbed him by the ankles and down he went.
On the 50-50 raffle, a blue ticket, number 215125.
Tom Hopkins playing with more confidence each game. Last game against Bunnell, he had 2 interceptions and caught a touchdown pass.
Seeing the field much better, isn't he? Really doing a good job.
2nd and 13. Quarterback looking to throw the left. The flag is thrown. It's overthrown, incomplete pass. Duggan on the coverage.
Another flag down here.
Another flag thrown in Notre Dame's backfield.
Yeah, motion is right.
Motion penalty against Notre Dame of Fairfield.
A little anxious. They're coming out of the locker room really wanting to get on the board again and close down the score a little tighter, and so they're a little over anxious, I would say.
And will refuse this one, bring up 2nd and 13. As the wind picks up again, Frank.
I was just thinking the very thing. Yeah.
At least it's not cold tonight, but there is a stiff breeze off of Long Island Sound, blowing straight to the north. Quarterback keeps, he's being pressured by Mason. Complete pass and tackle for a loss. That's Mike Anderson in on the tackle.
Wow. He
completed the pass and lost a yard.
What nice pressure though by the masonry guy. Maybe we ought to call him Concrete and Mason or something like that. But anyway, Stone Mason. He's a stony.
4th down and 13 for Notre Dame. Punt formation. Waller and Hamill have dropped back and a high pass in center and barely gets it away. High one. That will not be fielded. Will go out of bounds at about the 42.
Boy, Dan Carroll came close to blocking that punt that time, Ken. Very, very close. Nice rush. Dan Carroll's in there filling in for Andy Drennan. Hope Andy gets better soon. And we'll come back to the latter part of the year here. Some big games coming up, but shoes are being filled quite handily by Mr. Carroll.
And with the ball back, pitch to Hamill. Hamill breaks the line of scrimmage. Here comes a flag. Hamill gains about 14, but there is a flag down.
Yeah, they'll probably come back.
That's another holding call against Hand. They've had more holding calls tonight than they've had most of the season.
That's right. I think matter of fact, there may have only been one holding call earlier in the season. Now these guys, you really got to start to talk about them being a seasoned group of guys. A lot of times a hold is meaning that they're not really coming off, not quite as intense as they need to be because their opponents are getting around them or getting to them a little bit.
Larragee in at fullback. Chad Davis is playing a left tackle. And Tom Hopkins at tight end. Pitch to Hamill, and Hamill gains some yards.
Hamill's ball carrier.
Gains about 6.
Yeah,
Eric Hamill, who is over 1,000 yards for the season, and somewhere up in the neighborhood of 170 yards tonight for this game.
Yeah, now what we'll be watching for is does he pass 200? That will be a mark to be looking for.
2nd down and 8 for Hand. Burrell carries the ball, and Burrell takes it forward for about 4.
Number 64, Mike Kinnick. 3rd down.
Very good. Well, we're getting some good blocking. I've been watching Dan Carroll a little bit. Since he hasn't been in there too much, he's making some good blocks. He's undersized, but he's doing a darn good job.
3rd down and 3 at the 49. carrying. Hamill should have the first down.
One more
3
time.
yards, gain 4.
You bet. One more time for the first. And again, Dominguez is making the tackle for the Lancers out there. Well, that man, it'd be interesting to see his defensive stats. He's quite a workhorse in there.
Hamill gets a break on this play. Larrigay and Burrell are the 2 men in the backfield. Tight formation. Hand is going to continue on the ground, and Burrell carries. Good gain down the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 12, 13 yards.
Nice run. Again, he breaks around that end and starts opening it up. Gets himself some nice acceleration, and had to be the safety to just able to get in his way and knock him out of bounds.
The offensive line for Hand is starting to take command of this game a bit. Dan Carroll and Chad Davis and Tom Hopkins are on the left side of that line. And Burrell gains about a yard. He was hit low and hard.
He sure was. This kid Kinnick, he's not a big Tiger either, although he's 5'5", 190 pounds. He also is their center. That was a very authoritative tackle he made that time.
I noticed, Frank, that Hand in these run formations has got a double tight end alignment. They've got Matt Soper on the right side, Tom Hopkins on the left.
Yeah, that is a new wrinkle for Hand.
Pitch this time to Hamill. Hamill's looking for a hole and gets a bit of a hole.
Caught from behind, too. He did slow down and start to make a cut and a fake, but he was caught from behind. Interesting, too, Kent, is the work they're doing here on the left side. Again, we've seen an awful lot of work to the left side.
And that's Dan Carroll and Chad Davis.
You betcha, you betcha. And, of course, Tommy out here on the, like you say, the double tight end position. So those guys are getting a lot of activity out here.
They have a lot of blocking in the line. Dan Larrigay breaks the line of scrimmage. Good gain, first down.
Nice job for Dan. Dan and Ryan Torres have been very quiet tonight. They haven't been in there on too many of the carries like they have been in the past, because most of it's been going to Burrell and Hamill, but we'll hear more from them as the day goes on, I think.
Another first down for Hand down to the 16. Run this time by Hamill. Hamill's made it to 15.
King on Hamill, no question on that.
Gain about a yard at most.
But it really appears that Notre Dame has that, again, right side of Hand, left side of their defensive side, playing it pretty tight. Again, good scouting is going to show that up. Left-hand side being worked hard, except for a few dives, right at this juncture anyway.
Second and a long 8 for Hand. Pitch to Burrell, and a man comes up to meet him, but Burrell breaks the corner. Well, he's still on his feet down to the 10. Hey, you're going to have a
5-yard
gain.
Mike the Masher, how did he stay on his feet that time when the other guy slipped off? Did a nice job, stayed in there, kind of tiptoed up the line for another yard and a half or so.
3rd and 4 for Hand, and Notre Dame doesn't like Hand throwing a ball right down their throat, and they take a timeout.
Wow.
3rd down, about 4 for Hand. Ball just outside the 10.
They can get another 4.
Hamill carries the ball, breaks a tackle down to the 5.
Should have it.
That should be a first down.
Yeah, they have a fresh 4 now. Nice job.
Eric Hamill, another 5 yards.
Really seeing that, really following his blockers well, seeing that field well, and not rushing in too quickly. But then he can accelerate, and that's a good part of Eric's key, I think, is the way he can accelerate.
Daniel Hand is playing keep away. They have just let the clock run and picked up first downs, and they're inside of 2 minutes, 3rd quarter. And Notre Dame hasn't had it much this quarter. Gumkowski up the middle, and a flag is thrown at the line of scrimmage.
That might be another motion play, you know.
Usually that one would go against Hand.
Yeah. Yeah, offside.
Somebody moved a little early.
A little bit anxious, a little bit anxious. Get awful close to that chalk down there, and they can I think they actually put a little different fertilizer in the end zone or something so you can smell it.
Fertilizer?
Something.
They will repeat first down.
You're from Illinois.
Just outside the 10.
Ken, you're from Illinois. You understand these things.
Yes, I understand.
I'm from Maine. I understand these things.
First down, first and goal, and a little over 10 to go now. Gumkowski hands off to Hamill. Hamill is about the 7.
Hamill brings the ball down to the 6-yard line. Stop was made by Greg Capola.
Well, yeah, kind of a delay on that play. Came back, took time on the handoff, and went up. The blocks were there, and he was able to come up with 4 or 5 yards.
Tim Hevesy over the ball at center. Mike Anderson just to his right, Dan Carroll to his left, the 2 guards. And Gumkowski looking to throw in the end zone. There's his man, complete pass to Larragee, touchdown and.
Nice play.
And Larragee out of the backfield, into the end zone.
Yeah, he just kind of slithered through that line out there and cut across to the corner pattern, and Hand already had another one out there. Duggan was already out there, which took the defense with him. So actually, Larragee was in underneath the defense, and boom.
They ate up a good share of the third quarter on that drive, keeping the ball on the ground. We're inside of a minute left, third quarter. Jim Willis in to try the conversion. And the kick is up and good.
Well, he's certainly keeping he's not 100%, but boy, he's keeping those points plugging up on the board, isn't he, huh?
27-6. Daniel Hand leads Notre Dame of Fairfield with 46 seconds left, third quarter. Tee it up, Tom. Tom Hopkins getting set to kick off back to Notre Dame. And Hopkins hits his ground ball, and it's picked up this time at about the 34. And he's only going to get to the 40. So a pretty good field position for Notre Dame of Fairfield, but we're down to 40 seconds left, third quarter, and Hand is now up by 21 points.
Peter Lawler was in on that tackle again. He is helped by Max Soper, and I believe Mac Dolan was in on that. Mac Dolan is still running. He's got a record going. Also, we're watching Mac Dolan for the record for clean jerseys.
He's got a black one on, Frank. I don't know what it's dirty.
I can tell it's clean. It doesn't show any brown on it. Or green.
Notre Dame, wishbone type formation. Now they got a man in motion. Quarterback kick, wrapped up by Rob Mason for a couple yard loss.
Rob Cement Mason kind of stone chisel that guy down to the ground. Holy.
Hand is starting to substitute a bit. Anthony Crampton is in the game as that play runs out quarter number 3 with a score 27-6. We're about to begin the fourth quarter with Notre Dame of Fairfield in possession of the ball. Pass is at the line of scrimmage, and that was probably Hevesy, wasn't it?
No, Samani. Yeah, Mike Samani got that. Nice job. Yeah, he was blocking, pushing, forcing his man backwards, and as he saw watching the quarterback's eyes at the same time, saw the pass coming, stuck his hand up and got a piece of it. Nice job. I like to give these kids nicknames and stuff, and I'm sure Salmani gets Salami a lot, but so we won't do that.
Anthony Crampton is in at a defensive tackle position. Quarterback looking to throw, and Hevesy is pressuring. It's well overthrown. Duggan gets a hand on it.
Wow! And it was a quarterback throwing it to the hand players, or no, there actually was a Notre Dame player out there. But Dan Larragee actually took that, knocked that out of the hands of Peter Lawler.
Peter Lawler may have intercepted that ball, but he didn't know that another man was knocking it down. 4th and long for Notre Dame, punt formation. And a good kick again. Aim for Hamill, who picks it up on a bounce at the 20, swinging to the near side, but he's got a lot of tacklers over here. Ball is going to be down about the 27.
Yeah, they almost had a wall set up, but they felt the Notre Dame Lancers filtered through the wall. And it actually formed, the wall formed a little bit too far upfield. Excellent kick, by far the best punt that he's gotten off tonight.
And starts from the 27. And off to Burrell, breaks the line of scrimmage, and Burrell has about 8 yards.
Boy, that was a quick slant right in there, and he got some nice acceleration right off the ball.
Unofficially, Frank, that takes us to right near 100 yards for this game for Mike Burrell.
Yeah, as we were saying on the break, we were standing here talking about it, how really hard that is for a fullback position to come up with 100 yards. So Mike is really doing quite a job.
So 2nd and about 1.5 yards for a first down, and Burrell gets the first down to the 40.
Boy, oh boy, that certainly has got to be the one put him over 100 for the game so far. Unofficially, again, that takes him up into the 700s on the season, as we mentioned. Very well, keep him poking out there, running the yards up. Let me see. We were provided with statistics by Ken Conlon of the Shoreline Times. I'd like to thank him for those.
The only problem is it's too dark at the top of the press box to see the statistics. Hamill goes around the right side and gains 6 or 7.
Yeah, well, if I turn this just right and we see the moon behind us, what Ken actually had down here for Burrell starting this game was 665 yards, and with another 100 is 775. He could go over 800 this game.
2nd down and about 4 for Hand. Hand it off to, that's a new ball carrier in the backfield. I believe that's 26, isn't it?
Palumbo, very good, excellent. Excellent.
Mark Palumbo with his first carry of the evening.
Yeah, he
gets the first down.
Did a very nice job hitting that hole. Again, accelerated up to the hole, took his time going forward, but he got the first down.
Number 58 is in the line. That's Mike Spagnola for Hand, and flags are thrown on this play.
Palumbo again, the ball carrier. Works in on the stop.
Holy mackerel. And we got an injured player down.
That was Larragee that carried the ball that time, but we do have flags down in Hand's backfield. Motion penalty against Hand. That one will not count.
And we're going to back them up a little bit of a halt while they do that.
Illegal procedure against the Tigers, 5-yard penalty.
Illegal procedure? They don't do anything illegal.
We have Larragee and Palumbo in the backfield now.
Hand 47.
Chad Davis didn't like his gloves.
And Chad Davis is now centering the ball. That's why he took his gloves off.
Yeah, that one worked
for
well.
Tim Hevesy.
Whoa.
Almost mishandled snap. Palumbo takes it forward for a couple.
Yeah, getting little different wrinkles right now looking in there. Hands up by 21 points.
And we have about 8.5 minutes left in this ball game, so Hand is content to run the clock and give a number of sophomores some experience here. Hand it off to Palumbo.
It's going to be almost to the original line of scrimmage. A little bit short. Showing some good moves though, Ken.
We have a break in the action with an injury timeout for a Notre Dame-Fairfield player. Hand with a third and about 12. Just across midfield. Pitch this time to Palumbo, swinging left, and he loses his footing.
Palumbo is down on the 60-yard line. Brings up a 4th down.
Well, we should see a punt. His hand, yeah, this will be the second punt on the night, I think.
Todd McLaughlin has been in the game. And also Glenn. And Tom Hopkins is back in punt formation. We haven't seen him punt.
No, we haven't. How about that?
It's a good snap. And kicks it out of there. A spinner. Fair catch. Caught it about the 20.
Yeah, very decent punt, too. He didn't squib kick it.
You didn't know he knew how to kick it high in the air, did you, Frank?
No, I thought he was just a
Notre Dame takes over with
high.
7:15 left in the ball game.
Let's take a look out there and see. Yeah, Hevesey's still in. There's so many changes going on, but right now it's just about first string front line.
Okay, Dan Glenn is in the game, and Spagnola is in the game. Quarterback looking to throw, going long, and there's Ryan Dorraz on coverage. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, that certainly is the part of the game where you've got to see the Lancers are going to have to crank it up and try to get down for 3 scores. So they can't take the time too much back there. Oh, I would think you might try to do some outs and you know, stop the clock after some first downs and things like that, as opposed to going all the way downfield. Oh, the quarterback has been fairly accurate with his passes. It's just that hasn't come together with the receivers too well. To probably see some tight end action since 88 is there. Is one of their key athletes out there.
Duggan is playing a safety position for Hand. Quarterback looking to throw across the middle, complete pass. And that's a good player, number 88, who is their inside linebacker, and caught the pass.
No, I do not have my crystal ball with me, but that was just by luck. I thought it was about time for him to get the ball. All right.
On the play.
Whoops. Whoops.
Added on to that is a face mask penalty against Hand, so big gain.
Oh, that's significant offense on that penalty play.
48-yard line.
Whew. That's the first time this half I think they've been in a Hand territory, isn't it, Ken?
First one I recall. We have 7 minutes left in the ball game. Quarterback looking to throw again across the middle and knocked in the air and incomplete. Good coverage by Hand. Spagnola was right by this receiver.
Kind of mugged him though, Spagnola, son of a gun.
Second down.
Well, he didn't get a flag because it was a legal hit, but as he was putting him down, he continued to kind of pound on him a bit. I don't know if the kid was carrying a purse or not, but Spagnola was after it.
Ball to 48. And this fourth quarter is going to take a little bit longer to play because the clock stops on incompletion.
Yeah, it sure will.
Pitch to the right.
Oh,
like the man is going to throw it. The incomplete pass didn't really fool anybody very much. Guinapero was down there on the coverage.
Yeah, like you're saying, it didn't fool anybody. The toss out to the tailback like that was a reasonably good pass, but he had to hurry it because Hand pressured him. The up lineman for Hand was really putting the pressure on.
3rd and 10 at the 48. We got a slow clock man here. They used 1 second on that last play, Frank, according to the clock.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, man's
3rd
right.
and 10. And incomplete pass, and a flag is down in Notre Dame's backfield. Holding call against Notre Dame.
Yeah. It's going to waltz the ball backwards.
That will bring up 4th down. They'll probably decline, wouldn't they, Frank?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think hand would decline because they don't need that 10 yards.
Holding call is declined. Timeout by Notre Dame before they get the next play started. Fourth down for Notre Dame, and with nothing to lose, they will go for it on 4th and 10 at the 48. Pass play. It's on the right side. Pass. Good play by Notre Dame.
Certainly was, and Mike Salmani.
Right over Mike Spagnola's coverage underneath and got a first down.
Yeah, and Mike Salmani was right in hard on the quarterback. He did a nice rush. Quarterback did a very decent job of getting rid of it.
First down, Notre Dame.
First down,
34.
At the 34 for Notre Dame.
Well, see, that was a play sending it to the sideline so that you know, you could get up and out and stop the clock. They did it.
Duggan is covering a man split wide to the left, and the quarterback is throwing it high in the air, looking for a man down there. And a flag is thrown. That would be an interference call.
I would think so.
Ball is incomplete. There are flags on the play.
I would think it'd be on hand, but you know, it could have been a push-off, but I don't think so. There were two-hand players down there.
That was a rainbow pass aimed at about the 5-yard line with two men covering for hand, and somebody bumped the receiver early.
Well, the help of a couple of very severe penalties down here, and nice pass play, and Notre Dame's offense is taking off here.
Well, it's a 19 with an automatic first down on that penalty. As we approach 6 minutes left in the ball game, and Notre Dame is behind by 21, but threatening. And it's a pitch to the man in the tailback position, a delay, and I'm not sure what that was, but it didn't work.
I don't know either, but let me tell you again, Mike Salmani is coming through again. This is 2 excellent games in a row for Mike. Really pleased to see that.
About a 4-yard loss on that trick play.
22.
Again, I think you have a case here of teams kind of scouting and playing for Hevesy, knowing Hevesy's going to come in. But Mike Salmani's coming in from the opposite side, doing a very, very good job.
About the only starters, well, Hevesy and Salmani are in there. The rest of them are second unit players, pretty much along the line. That's an interception.
How about that? Dan Carroll.
68?
Yep, Dan Carroll.
Dan Carroll picked that off.
Nice
I saw
job.
the 8, but I wasn't sure who the player was. Dan Carroll stops the drive.
Playing in the linebacker slot out there, and he's also been playing that ND-Ffd's down lineman position on offense. Nice to see that, Danny, come through. Good way to pick up some confidence in yourself.
We have a different quarterback. Peter Lawler is in quarterback
How
position.
about that?
His first snap taken of the season, and he's got to keep it and run with it. He about bobbled it.
He almost said, gee, what do I do with this thing, I think.
Mark Gumkowski has played almost every game at quarterback, and Lawler is a backup at that position, getting a little experience there.
Also interesting how we were talking about this too earlier, Ken, about giving another quarterback a chance to get the cobwebs off.
Good run right up the middle by Larragate.
Goes to a first.
Gained about 8 yards.
The stickman, I don't know if you're watching the stickman across the way. The back position thought it was a first down, started walking up. Well, they are going to measure it.
They need a microscope to measure this one. They're just short.
So.
But it brings up a third down play.
Put some calipers out there on that one.
Chad Davis over the ball at center. Peter Lawler quarterbacking. Dan Larragee at fullback. And it's handed off to Palumbo, tailback, and he's got a first down.
He surely does.
Ball carrier.
That's a first down plus about 7.
Yeah, he had some. There was a nice handoff. Peter, nice handoff, nice transfer. Palumbo did a nice move. He didn't accelerate 100% up there. Just waited for the blocks to take place and fouled them up. A good overall effort all the way.
Mac Dolan is in on offense.
Oh, oh.
That's Larragee carrying the ball. No hole.
I don't know what happened on that one because Anderson and Mason were way upfield laying blocks down. Something happened behind because I would say that's where the play was supposed to go, but left it wide open for the defense.
Mason is the only starter still on the offensive line. Larragee carries the ball. Gains about a yard or 2. And now Mason comes out and Anthony Crampton is in.
Well, somebody took a timeout. I don't know who it was. Oh, I guess not. Positioning of the ball or something.
Peter Lawler hands it off in the backfield.
Oh, nice job.
Search forward.
Nice job. I really didn't think they were going to have a chance at the first down, but they do.
Carries it almost to a first down.
He had gained about 24 yards coming into this game, according to Ken Conlon's stats from the Shoreline Times. But he sure has gotten that kind of yardage tonight again, so he's more than doubled his effort, I'd say.
4th and 1 for Hand, and Tom Hopkins in punt formation. Hopkins hits a high one, a good kick. Good punt. All the way down to about the 10-yard line. And the ball carrier is tackled by Peter Lawler.
Well, there is a flag down, though.
There is a flag on the field, isn't there?
Yep, absolutely.
Didn't see it thrown, but it's lying there.
I did. It was out, well, the ball was in the air, so someplace in the transfer, I would say, on the line, but I'm not sure where it's going to come from. Well, he's calling over Eversey.
Tom Hopkins boomed that punt.
Oh, he did. He laid into that son of a gun.
We're down to 1:25 left in this ball game.
Well, decline penalty. They're going to take the ball.
Whatever that penalty was, it was declined, and Notre Dame-Fairfield gets the ball back at about the 22.
Let's see what personnel we have in there now. There shouldn't be a lot of different people going in.
Look at it thrown out to the near sideline, complete pass, and
nice job.
Covered, still inbound.
Nice job. Dan Glenn did a beautiful job.
Glenn on the tackle.
Oh, he just set up on that, watched the belt buckle, and didn't let himself get faked out. Very nice open field stab.
We're inside of a minute now. Notre Dame takes a timeout.
Wow, how about that? Dan Glenn, nice job.
Notre Dame has taken a timeout. We're inside of a minute left in the ball game with Daniel Hand safely ahead, 27-6. first down play for Notre Dame. They would like to make this score look a little bit better, but they're inside of a minute. Quarterback looking to throw each time, pressured by Anthony Crampton, and Mike Spagnola turns it in, but a good gain. And Spagnola comes back and makes a tackle.
He did a nice recovery on that, didn't he?
Spagnola ran that play down after turning it in.
He sure did. The quarterback was on his way down. He was slipping and he threw that ball out. So that was a very interesting play. I'd like to see that on instant replay.
Quite sure what the delay is here, but now we're cranking up the clock. Half a minute left in the ball game. Quarterback reverse, and it's coming to the near side. It didn't fool anybody, but the man turns the corner, and he will be tackled short of a first down.
Chad Davis, nice job.
And that may run out the clock because I believe Notre Dame has used all their timeouts.
I think
We're down to about 5 seconds. If they hurry, they can
try to get one.
Off.
That was it.
I don't believe this ball game is quite over yet. Quarterback grounded the ball with 1 second showing on the clock. Now the referee signals the game is over. So the final score of this game is Hand 27, Notre Dame 6. Frank will just briefly mention that Harry Campbell has over 200 yards in this game and passes the 1,000-yard mark for the season. And Mike Burrell also passed the 100-yard mark in this game. And he's up,
He's closing on.